for taking up the new position as the Deputy Director. As Deputy Director, responsible for trade, customs, and monetary union. Allow me also to congratulate my brother, John Ulanga. Can you stand up for recognition? John Ulanga has been appointed as the new CEO for Tanzania Private Sector Foundation. Karibu sana. And also want to welcome and appreciate my brother, the Director, responsible for Customs, Rwanda Revenue Authority. Karibu sana. We do have a number of delegates across the world, across the globe who are here to support, to network, to interact and engage with us in terms of sharing good news. And I will start with the good news. The good news is that East Africa has demonstrated high level of resilience amidst the global economic shocks. The recent report published by East Africa, by the East African Development Bank, which was launched last month. The EAC region is the only region that was able to withstand the effects of COVID, climate change, as well as the wider economic repercussion emanating from Russia-Ukraine conflict. And Your Excellency, the first Deputy Prime Minister, I want to thank you and convey our appreciation that resilience is largely attributed by strong leadership by our leaders, our heads of state, by our senior government officials, working together with the private sector. And when I looked at the report highlighted two important components why EAC is the most resilient region among African regions. One was that we've deepened our economic integration. We've deepened and widened economic integration, meaning that EAC is really leading in terms of deepening regional integration. The second aspect that was very critical is related to what we call the growth is in depth. And I want everyone to take a note of what the word depth means. Depth, D, means diversification. E means export competitiveness. P means productivity. H means human being. So all our growth is anchored under depth. Those three aspects are very important, that the region was able to thrive and survive because we are able to diversify our economies. We are no longer depending on traditional exports. The report also highlighted the second aspect, that our service sector is very robust. And I want to thank RSM, GIZ, that you've continued to support EABC and the private sector in terms of understanding those economic dynamism. Excellencies, honorables, captains of industry, the report builds on the accomplishment and the resolution of the previous summit we had, and supported again by GIZ. And I want again to continue to say that there is a word in Chiganda, they say, Omuno mukabi ye muno dala, meaning the one who stands with you during difficult time is the one that really is a true friend. GIZ, you've demonstrated that. To EABC, to EAC, and thanks very much. Your Excellency, as I dive deeper into the discussion, let's also reflect on the pivotal resolutions, both from the inaugural East African Business and Investment Summit The resolutions underscored the significance of various imperatives. One is doubling intra-regional trade from 12% to 24%, meaning that despite the devastating impact of the 3 C's, COVID, conflict, and climate change, the intra-regional trade has doubled from 12% to 24%. And I want to thank the leadership of the EAC Secretariat. The chair of the Council of Ministers is here. The minister is here. You are doing great work, and the private sector really does commend and appreciate your efforts. It is also imperative to note that the collective promotion of EAC region as a unified investment destination is backed by reliable investor confidence. And we have investment promotion. Also to note that the region is recording double-digit growth in terms of investment flows. Again, congratulations to investment promotion agencies within our region. As I come to the conclusion, allow me, our guest of honor, point out some important milestones that we are trying to achieve, but with your support, these are very important milestones that we need to work together between the private sector, government, as well as development partner. One is that this year, 2023 has been earmarked for accelerating the CFTA. This is a CFTA year, so we need to double our efforts, double our commitment in terms of accelerating the implementation of the CFTA. The second aspect, our guest of honor and the ministers present, is that we need to embrace the digital innovation and the digital revolution. I've been engaging a number of the private sector players, guest of honor. There is strong commitment from the private sector in terms of driving the growth we want in East Africa and the entire Africa. But the private sector has highlighted a number of challenges that I wanted you, guest of honor, and the chair of the council to note. One is that we need to fast-track tax harmonization program. The taxes really is hindering our growth prospects, because I was last week in Kenya. You find that we are losing 20% of our investment because of unpredictable tax environment. And I'm happy that the commissioners are here. We need to double our effort in terms of fast-tracking tax harmonization. The second aspect is transport and logistics, which has also been highlighted as a key constraint. As we move towards the regional value chain, we need to ensure that the transport and logistics costs is brought to a remarkable, we need to reduce the cost of transport and logistics. The third aspect is related to access to trade finance. SMEs, especially youth and women, who are very entrepreneurial, who are doing very well, are constrained by access to affordable capital. So we need to promote venture capital funds. The last aspect is bridging the gap between academia as well as industry. The CEOs surveyed across EAC the issues of skills that are required for competitiveness and productivity has been one of the hindrances for our business competitiveness. So in closing, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished guests, partners such as Afrexim Bank, GIZ, RSM, Eastern Africa, Madivani Group, Standard Chartered Bank, Park Capital, Siatini Uganda, PwC, Uganda Investment Promotion Agency. I've seen the Vice Chair, PSFU, Karibu Sana, PSFU, our host, UMA, Uganda National Chamber of Commerce Industry, our exhibitors, innovators present, organizers, and the media fraternity. So with that, I bid a warm welcome to each of you to this summit and say, karibu sana, and enjoy your stay in this beautiful country, the Pearl of Africa. Asanteni sana. God bless you all.
Join Africa's premier trade and investment event in Cairo, Egypt. Intra-African Trade Fair gives you access to more than 1,600 exhibitors and over 35,000 attendees from more than 75 exhibiting countries. Participate in trade and investment deals worth $32 billion as business and government come together to explore business opportunities. Register now. Brought to you by the African Export-Import Bank, African Union Commission, AFCFTA Secretariat, and their premium partners. IATF 2023, connecting African markets.
Thank you, John. A very warm welcome to our Right Honorable Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for East Africa and Community Affairs. For the record, they say that besides every great person,